today. So today I want to reveal the trade that I took yesterday on Europe USD, and I was able to make a 1 to 10 risk to reward on the sell, and on the buy I was able to make a 1 to 5 risk to reward. It was a very awesome trade as well. So let me take us through, guys, how I was able to catch this awesome move in the market. So before I get started, let me first of all show us the trading idea before you guys start thinking that safe. I lied to you guys. I just went on my chart to start marking our chart. So I shared the analysis on my Telegram channel. Okay, this was the trade. I call it to the group. Call it for my student as well. You can see caught the buy 1 to 5, caught the sell over a 1 to 10 risk to reward. So let me show us, guys, the trade idea. Look at the trade. This is the sniper entry, man. You can see it, right? This was the sniper entry. Wood tail TP. So let me show us, guys, the trade idea. This is the trade idea. So this is the trade idea, family. You can see I've checked out the buy order. Now I was waiting for the sell to happen, right? I was waiting for the sell to happen. So we can see the idea right here, right? So let me show us the buy idea. All the ideas are here, family. I share it with my team. This is when I was looking for the buy. This is when I was buying. Can we see it? Secure enough of my profits. My last week loss have been recovered. Yeah, I used this buy to recover my losses, my last week losses, because I took some losses. Remember, August was very rough for me. August was not really awesome for me, so I took some losses, but this buy right here covered all my losses. So this was the buy that I was telling us. So this was the trade idea. This is where I started buying from. I went on market. I go on aggressive, right? So let me show us the idea. Okay, this is the idea, right? And this is the confluence that I saw, right? You can see I did not really smash my TP at this top. I just, immediately when I realized that market will potentially sell down, I just look out to take my TP at this liquidity fair value gap, right? This liquidity void, whatever you call it, right? I decided to take my TP at this liquidity void. 1 to 5 risk to reward hits perfectly. So I believe I've shown us, guys, how I was able to catch. This was the yesterday TP hit, Europe USD sell, TP hit. So there's nothing like, I'm trying to fake it right here. So let me drop this to my team for now, because the NFP is coming up. So let's look at this. Let's see how the probability will play out. I'll be looking to go short right here. So let me finish this before I take us through. So let me share this with my team. NFP is coming up. And also, I think I'm also looking at GU. I had a GU idea. I was not using that broker. Okay, we have GU. Here I'm looking at price to potentially sweep all those liquidity that they created when selling down. So I'm really anticipating to see price seeking for those old liquidity, mitigate, and potentially I will be looking to go aggressively here. But there's some confluences that I will need to see that will make me to go aggressively. If I see if I see the price coming back impulsively, I'm not gonna, sorry for that. What am I saying? If I see the price pulling back impulsively, coming with a lot of momentum, I'm not really gonna take this aggressive entry. Potentially, what I wait for is to see a confirmation, because them coming back aggressively, they might take out this high. So that is what I'm really waiting for, because all this to me is a liquidity. This is an inducement. It should come induce people that are selling down here, right? Selling down, people that their stops are below this low, people that are selling here, potentially looking at price should come back and induce whosoever is selling there, right? So let me take us back to the EU. Actually, what I'm here for is to show us guys how I was able to catch those trades yesterday. But at the same time, you can take advantage of this trade idea that I just showed to us guys. Oh, I forgot. I was meant to drop that signal, that trade idea to my. I don't give signal. Sorry, it was a slip of tongue. I don't give signal. I only share trade idea. I just look at it as trade idea. Trading signal is for the weak, right? Trading signal is for the weak. If you really want to become a successful trader in this game, then you have to learn it by yourself, right? Know how you go into a trade by yourself, and so many stuff that you need to learn, right? So just taking signals will not really make you grow. Just taking signal alone will not make you grow. So just do yourself a favor and do the right thing, right? So let's drop this here. I'm gonna look at CAD JPY and GBP JPY as well, but let's take a look at this first. So let's go, family. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at on how I plan my EU trade idea. Let me use another broker. Yeah. I say it right. I've already planned the trade right here already. So let me first of all break down the buy for us, and let's see. So on Europe USD, that was on the 22th of August, right, to 29th of August. I took a buy right here. So let's first of all look at the overall bias from the daily, so that we'll know why I took this buy. So let's take a look at the overall bias. Now we see that the overall bias from the daily is bearish, right? The overall bias from the daily is bearish. We are putting on a lower low and lower high, right? Putting on a lower low and a lower high. So price broke structure on the 1 hour time frame, identifying that the daily is ready to create a new lower high to continue going lower, right? Remember, understanding of multiple time frame analysis, right, and structural rules. So while the break of structure, while the break of structure on the 1 hour time frame, that's what gave me the confidence to start looking for buy, keeping it in mind that I'm trying to go against, number one, I'm trying to go against a lot of momentum in the market, and also I'm trying to trade to my daily area of interest, which you can see those areas which are highlighted. So this is the overall bias on the daily. So let me take us guys to the 1 hour time frame. Let's just wrap it up. So what can we see? Where the change of character here in the market, irrespective of the daily. When the daily was expanding, we had a low, high, a low, a high, a low, right? Then we had a change of character. Why the change of character, right? Why the pullback? Definitely, I did not cut this by, like, it was crazy, family. I was having a point of interest here, and I was actually waiting for price to mitigate and break structure before I would take the buy. So price mitigate, price just went on like without even coming back for the mitigation right here, right? So I think I went aggressively. Trust me, we're gonna cut the buy. We're gonna catch the buy. But it is what it is. That is how the market is. Sometimes you win, you miss, and you lose, right? This is just the game. So we have a high, a low. After they mitigate of this key zone area, we created a higher high, right? Then we had a higher low right here. What a higher low. Potentially, what I was really looking at right here, this was my trade range. This was my trade range. I was really looking at to see price pulling back to this area, which you can see I identify as my point of interest. That's this higher high that they created. The higher low should pull back deep to come back and mitigate off this my demand zone, right? Whatsoever you call it, you can hear me calling it key zone, demand zone, order block. They are all the same family, so you should not get confused. They are all the same. It depends on how you feel like calling it, right? So I was really anticipating that this pullback should come back and mitigate off this demand zone, but we can see that price fails to, right? And they just mitigate off this. Did they even mitigate this imbalance? They didn't even mitigate that imbalance. They just respect this week right here, and they start buying up with a lot of momentum. You can see how market move aggressively, impulsively, right? You can see how market move impulsively. So they broke this high. So where will be my next trade idea? I was looking at this area here, but this area was not really strong for me because I knew that there would be an inducement here because we have a relative equal low. So we have some dynamic liquidity here that they can potentially come back and sweep. So I was not really having this strong probability that price will actually respect this zone right here. So I was just keeping it in mind that if price fill up all those imbalance that we saw here, potentially I will wait for a confirmation entry before I go in on the buy. But you can see how price broke that demand, right? It broke that demand, right? So like I said, I was not really looking at this area as a very high probability. This was the area that I was looking at. Why? Because this area we had the liquidity sweep. That's the first, right? We had the liquidity sweep, and you can see the kind of momentum that came in the market right here. You can see this impulse move, and what happened again? They left imbalance that they need to come back and refill. They left this fair value gap, right? So there is a very high probability that price will dip down to this zone and buy, right? So I was still having interest at this point. So I said to myself that okay, if they break this low here, I won't be waiting for any confirmation entry right here. I won't be waiting for any confirmation because price created an inducement here. We created an equal low, right? Whatever you call it, equal low, dynamic liquidity, right? We created an equal low here, and potentially if I will see how price will be pulling down to this zone, if I did not see an impulse move like this or like this when coming down, I'm gonna take the trade aggressively. Then we can see how price was just pulling back, creating some internal structure. We did not see that aggressive move like this, right? We did not see that aggressive move just like the way it happens here. This is how it's pull back to my area of interest. Trust me, family, I'm not gonna take the buy. I'm not gonna take the buy aggressively. Or what I will potentially wait for, I'm gonna wait for a confirmation entry. So you can see price took out this liquidity that is below. So what gave me more confidence? If you look at the trading idea that I showed to us, I drew something like a butterfly, a cipher harmonic pattern. Because I also trade harmonics, right? So I draw something like a cipher harmonic pattern. So what gave me more confidence to this zone right here? I saw a cipher harmonic pattern. Can we see that? I saw a cipher harmonic pattern, which gave me more confidence that price will really pull back deep to this area of demand for what the buy, right? So I was just keeping it in mind, raw, like I was keeping it in mind that yeah, I'm really gonna take this guy. I'm gonna gonna take this guy aggressively. I'm gonna target this high. Actually, if you look at the trade idea, my TP got smashed. If I could have put my TP here, I could have got smashed. But this is where I took my TP, so that is not really bad. So that's what gave me more confidence, family. So I went in aggressively. Where was my entry? This was my entry. I was even sleeping. Honestly, I just woke up and I saw that I'm in blues already. You know how we do it, family. Uh, my stop loss was just 10 pips. Yeah, remember? My stop loss was just 10 pips. Then I was targeting this zone. I'm gonna show us guys why I changed my area of targeting. So when I was looking forward for this idea, the GBP USD has not yet broken the low that I was looking at to buy, right? GBP USD has not yet broken the low that I was looking to buy. So the break of structure that I saw on GBP USD, right, gave me some confirmation that EU will no longer buy, right? Because if you look at those pair, they correlate, right? Those pair they correlate. So whatsoever GBP USD is doing is the same thing that what Europe USD will be doing, and at the same time, DXY was also buying massively. So I was like, wow, this trade, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Now it's more or less like I'm trying to buy to sell, which is something that I don't used to do, because I always go with the direction of the market. I don't do like when price is bullish. When price is bullish, I don't sell. I only buy. And when price is bearish, I don't buy. I only sell. So that is how I trade. Family. So what can we say? Like I just took my TP here because it more or less like trying to go against a lot of momentum. But why the reason why I did not take off the trade is because I knew that this area is a very, very strong area of demand that will be able to hold price to see a pullback, right? So I hit my TP right here. So then after I hit my TP, my trade idea actually changed. Let me delete that. So this is how I was able to catch the buy, family. So immediately I smashed my TP, I changed my trade idea irrespective of the GBP USD idea that I saw and the JXY. So I changed my idea. So let me delete everything. So I was looking at this. I was now looking at this as a break of structure. BMS. Then I was looking at this area which I took this buy as an area of demand that price just reacts off from, because we know that market does not move extra hazard. Market always move in phases, right? If I on the bullish trend, right, the areas of supply are areas where they will make price to react off from, right? Areas of supply zones are areas where price will potentially react off from, and on the bearish trend, area of demand are areas where price will potentially react off from. So that's what I was potentially looking at this area. So the react off from it, I took the buy. So what I was looking at this area here. This whole area here. You can see it was very, very large. Like the area of demand was very, very big. So what did I do? I refined it on the 15 minutes time frame, because this is the time frame that I do my refinement. 1 hour daily time frame bias, right? We look at the overall bias from the daily time frame. 1 hour where I plan my trade. 15 minutes time frame where I refined my higher time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame area of key zone, whatever you call it. So I refined my 1 hour time frame key zone right here. So this was the area that I highlighted. I was so interested at that area, this area here. I was so interested at it, and why did I like that area as my area of supply, which I want to see a redistribution there. You can see we had a sweep of liquidity right above here. We had a sweep of liquidity right above here. We had a liquidity sweeps at the top, right? So this more or less like a breaker block now, because this was the candle that sweep liquidity. So I was so interested at this order block. So I was patiently waiting that okay, if price pull back to this order block, I'll wait for confirmation. So price pull back, mitigate, but did not really mitigate off this zone right here, which we start seeing that sell. Price mitigate, then I took some losses here. Yeah, definitely I took some losses. I took like 2 losses on this idea with this information I'm just about to share with us. I took some 2 losses. So I had it was only 1 loss, 1 win here. I remember it was only 1 win, 1 loss. So immediately price mitigate off this zone. I look at the 5 minutes time frame right here, because we're already on our higher time frame supply zone, right? We have mitigated our higher time frame supply zone. Look at it, this gray line, this gray box. And this area which I just highlighted more, right? We have mitigated off that area. Let's look at it on the 1 hour time frame so that we can see it more clearer. Can we see? We have mitigate, right? We have mitigate, and if I should measure the 50% of that zone, it has been mitigated. Yeah, so I remember this is what gave me the confidence that made me to take the sell. So I look at the candle, you have mitigated the 50%. Wow, I was crazy about it, right? They have mitigated the 50%, and what are we waiting for? So I just jump in, because I just jump into the 5 minutes time frame. My that's where I took my entry. I don't try to force it. I don't really like the 1 hour, the 1 minute or the seconds. I know a lot of individuals make use of them, but I'm not really interested in it as well. So I just jump into the 5 minutes time frame. Basically where I check my entries is the 3 minutes and the 5 minutes time frame. So we should know that, right? So immediately I saw that mitigation, the 50% equilibrium has been mitigated. So I was like, wow, this trade, let's make money, right? Let's make money, because that is the goal, family. That is the goal. So I saw this as a break of structure, because if you look at it very, very clear, you will see that there is a break of structure. Let me use the line chart so that you can see bold and clear, right? So can we see that? We had a break of, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high. We had a break of structure right below. So I identify that as a break of structure after my higher time frame zone has been mitigated. After my higher time frame zone has been mitigated, so what a break of structure. Yeah, we did not really close above this wick, but we closed by the body of the candle. So that is what I want us to understand why I look at this as a break of structure. Remember, we don't look at the wick, we look at the closure of the body of the candle, right? So we close above this previous higher high by the body of the candle before what? Smashing down, taking out this previous higher low, right? So after I saw this, I was like, wow, that area is being highly respected. The 50% equilibrium has been mitigated, and what am I saying? Like, fuck. So we had the mitigation right here. After I saw this break of structure, I was supposed to just look at this institutional candle right here, right? Because that was the last FU candle that put in this impulse sell that leads to this break of structure, right? So I was supposed to look at that FU candle alone, but what came to my mind was that that zone alone is not enough for me to target. Why? Is because price can just pull back here. This trade, I took this trade alone. Like, I did not even call it to my team. But by the way of giving you the idea, you know that yeah, there's nothing fake here, right? So I was looking at this FU candle. I was like, this FU candle will not be enough for me because I'm seeing a hidden order block right below it. So I expanded my entry model, right? I expanded the entry. So I said whatsoever this is 5 minutes time frame, my stop loss will be tight, everything will be okay. So I should not afford to miss the move, right? So I target the that is no okay, right? So I had my entry here. I shared this to the group. Yeah, I shared it to the group. I remember. Let me show us guys. So I took the sell. I was targeting as equal lows below this zone. I was targeting this equal low. Can we see that? I was targeting this equal low, and that was day before yesterday. News was coming up. This was the news. This aggressive move that we saw. This was the news. So where I took a loss. So immediately they took out this low, and they took out this low. So I was trying to add more position. You know the way we do it, family. I was trying to add more position. I took my buy from here. I don't want to miss the move. This was where I took the buy. I was just trying to show us guys all the activities that I went through within this week, family. Within this week. So I took my entry here. I took my entry here. Right, I was also targeting this zone right here, but trust me, family, I get smashed out on this trade. Yeah, I got smashed out. Right, I got smashed out by this liquidity sweep. Right, because if you look at, they just manipulated the market. They took out people that are selling off from here, and why the reason why I got smashed out was I was not supposed to get smashed out, but since price has broken out this low, I've taken out this swing low. Potentially I should be on break even, right? My stop loss should be on break even, and that is why I got smashed. I did not take any loss on this because I was hit out at a break even. So immediately they broke this low. I moved my stop loss to break even right here. So I was patiently waiting to see how price will really putting that impulse move to the downside, right? But what happened? The news was coming up, so they need to manipulate the market, family. They just need to seek for liquidity for the banks to come in the market, right? So we have this impulse move, this sweep. They took me out. I did not move my stop loss to break even. You see that my SL was not even hit, right? My SL was not even hit. Then this was on break even. I almost get stuck out on this motherfucking trade, family. So we had this SL at break even. So what happened? We see that immediately they swept me out from here, hit me at break even. They sold down. This was in profit. Then I was like, oh wow, the overall bias is still bearish, trading the 1 hour time frame expansion, right? So what happened right here? I said to myself that wow, this is another great idea. They have broken this low, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So let me take another entry here. But let me explain to us guys one thing. When I took this trade, it was so late. It was in Nigerian time. It was around 5, and during that kind of period, there is not much volatility in the market. The market is always moving slow during that period because a lot of individuals have taken their profit and a lot of participants are not in the market. So I took the sell right from here, like really hoping to see how price would present itself as well. So this was where I took the sell. I was very, very conscious. I don't want to miss the trade, like fuck, because if you look at this area here, this is the only valid institutional candle that we can take advantage of. Minimum, we can put our stop loss here, right? But for me, like, I always put my stop loss at external liquidity, that's outside the range, because I feel more safe knowing that I know many individuals, they love putting their stop loss just inside the range, inside the internal liquidity. But trust me, family, I don't feel safe doing that. So I have to like expand my stop. My entry model was here. I was like, okay, should I measure the 50% equilibrium of this institutional candle? I was like, fuck, bro. Let's just take the sell right here, and we can see that we're at imbalance here. So let's take advantage of it and target this low or more, take out this low and fill up those imbalances that we can see right below here. Those liquidity void, fair value gaps, whatever you call it, family. That's some liquidity void, fair value gaps. So we can see how I got smashed. And I woke up in the morning and I saw myself on red, which is normal in the game. So when I saw this, let me take us back to the 1 hour time frame. Let me show us guys the final one that was awesome to me. I was able to make a 1 to 10 risk to reward on it, right? So when I got stopped out on this pullback, right? When I got stopped out on this pullback, because the last sell that I showed you that I got stopped out was from here. So I now saw this. I saw this, family. Right? What was that? That's a relative equal high or dynamic liquidity, whatever you call it. So I saw that R. When I saw this high, price was still here. When I saw this high, price, look at the trade idea. Where was the trade idea? Oh, this was the one I called yesterday. Coming, family. I want to show us, guys. This is the trade idea. So can we see? Price has not even yet expanded. But I saw this equal has this dynamic liquidity that is being formed. So price expanded, sweep these lows. After they stick out this liquidity, what happened? Stick out the buy side liquidity also, right? This was the buy side liquidity. So we can see the idea, right? They have not yet even broken that low that I was showing to us. Look at it. They have not yet broken this low. It was from this sell that I mark out this dynamic liquidity. So what happened? We can see that we can just take a look at how the bank manipulate the market. Just take a look. So what the relative equal highs here? We have dynamic liquidity here. What happened? They first of all sweep the people that are buying down from here, that are stop loss are here, the retail traders. They sweep the retail traders, right? Stop loss. I'm also a retail trader, but due to the concept that I trade, areas of liquidity will also call it retail stops, right? I'm also a retail trader, right? Everyone is a retail trader, because if you cannot control the market, then you are also a retail trader. They can do whatever they want to do with you, and you have nothing to do, family. So they swept the retail traders stops after they take out the sell side liquidity, right? This is the sell side liquidity. What happened? They came for this buy side liquidity. So this equal highs that I saw here, that was what made me to go aggressively on this trade. So I was like, okay, if this pullback, I saw this, so they sold down, right? I was like, wow, I've missed this move. Then I was so contemplating about this trade. I was like, I've missed this sell, family. Then I said to myself that no, I've not yet missed. We have relative equal highs here, and we have relative equal lows here. So they will sweep this low. After they sweep this low, they're gonna sweep this high, then go down impulsively. And that is what happened. So we had this sell, right? This in dynamic liquidity I saw. That is what made me aggressive. So I said to myself that okay, if I will see how price will be pulling back deep to this zone, if they did not come back impulsively, then I'm gonna take my shots aggressively. But if they come back with mighty candle just like this, you come back with mighty candles. Trust me, family, they can potentially take out this high. So we can see that we have some internal structure that they formed. So I placed my entry here. My entry was very tight because I was not really having strong. My entry was not here. My entry was here. Let me go to the fact because I refined that zone. Like I'm coming. It was like I measured the 50% of that zone, right? It was the 50% that I measured of that my hand. That was nice. I measured the 50%. So just take a look at how the sniper was mad. Because the reason why I took the 50%, family, I won't really lie to us. The trade look very risky. So I just took, look at it, 1 to 10, boom. Target this low. So basically they mitigate, you can see they pick in my order, and boom, we had this massive sell, 1 to 10. This was a trade. I call it the team, man. This is the trade, family, 1 to 10. And don't take a look at it when we're still expanding. This was my first TP, this was my second TP. So how can we see that? How can we see that? So family, if you love my video and if you love what I'm doing, please drop me a subscribe. And if you really want to learn how I do this, it is not something difficult. You can just check just go below my trade information, my YouTube information. You will see my Telegram link, which is this Standard FX Academy. You'll see the link and just click in and copy. It's free. There's no any charges, family. No any charges. Come, let's share. If you're already an advanced trader, it's also cool. You can come. Let's be sharing ideas together, right? You can also come because most of us, this platform here, is not all of us that are newbies. Again, we have some of them have already gotten some experience, right? So we can come and do this together and let's grow, right? Let's grow, family. That is the goal. Let's be consistency, right? Let's be consistency. So this is the trade once again, man. Yesterday news was massive. Later when that news came up, I just saw myself hit TP. Bah, bah. Look at it, Europe USD smashed. Yeah. So this is it, family. This is what I'm here to share with us guys today. So cheers, man.